New year, new me. Can we just stop with that? For real, can we just stop with that? Let's just stop. It's enough now. Hi, my name is Pamela Dumi and welcome to my first video of 2025. Now, I took a long break from some of my cooking videos and because I went to school. I started school, so I wanted to check the schedule of how schooling was going to work with posting on YouTube and just social media in general, because I really wanted to make sure that my noggin, my brain, was gonna be able to do the schooling part as well as do the social media part. But yeah, I didn't trust my brain. That's why I didn't upload for so long. But anyways, let's talk about the whole New Year, New Me thing. Every single year, we write down our New Year's resolutions with the hope that by the end of that year, we're gonna magically have accomplished everything that we set out to do in that year. And don't mind me, I had a crazy day today. But anyways, every single year we write our New Year's resolutions and we're like, we want to accomplish this, we want to hit these financial goals, we want to get that, we want to do this, da 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 da, right? And then when December comes around, in fact, when October comes around, we start panicking because we're like, the list is not even 10% done. You know, that kind of panic sets in. And then by the next year or whatever, we relegate or we just shift all those goals to the following year because we didn't accomplish anything. Now, I used to be like that a lot. I used to do that a lot. In fact, I was worse. I was an irresponsible Christian, because I am a Christian. I was an irresponsible Christian, and what I used to do was I used to pray hard about it, and after that, not take the steps of faith to do anything about it. You know, because the Christian walk is a faith walk, and there are faith steps that are needed, and I would never take my faith steps. I'd just pray about it and be like, it's in God's hands. And God will be like, ma'am, there's a part you need to play. You know, I am mighty, I am powerful, but I'm not raising irresponsible children. You know, so what I decided to do in 2024 is basically put myself through an experiment to see what was gonna work for me. And what I decided to do in 2024 was write out all my goals, create a vision board, and then I treated myself kind of like a business. You know, with a business will always have its mission statements and it will always have its goals that it wants to accomplish for whatever period that it sets out to accomplish them in. I treated myself like a business, and I wrote down all my goals for 2024. Then I broke down those goals into action items, basically, breaking them down into quarters. I broke those quarters down into months, broke those months down into weeks, broke those weeks down into daily routines, and I created habits to feed into those routines. So for basically my days from 5 a.m. all the way up to when I was writing my first exam, pre-exam, which would be around September, my day from 5 a.m. up to 1 a.m. if I'm fair. So 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. the next morning, my day was basically filled up. And when it came to exam time, I was crazy. I was not sleeping. I would do 24 hours nonstop, just revising, revision, just going through the motions, right? So that was me. So basically, in 2024, when I set out to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish and all the goals that I wanted to do, instead of being overwhelmed by them, because the goals that I did put on myself were pretty big and they were very challenging, I basically just dissected it into smaller parts and created a routine and habits around that. When you break it down, it becomes less overwhelming and your brain is actually willing to cooperate with you with that. It's not gonna, like, you're not gonna procrastinate and put it off as much when you break it down and make it digestible. When you start a year with your New Year's resolutions and your goals or whatever, it's really like an elephant. It's like you are saying that you are going to devour this elephant within a year. That's what you're telling your brain. And when your brain is looking at it, your brain is looking at an elephant and your brain is like, what? No, hell no. Oh no, this is too much. This is a lot. And then your brain is gonna start sabotaging you, and you're gonna be procrastinating, and you're gonna slip with your discipline, and you're not gonna be as consistent because your brain is like, this task is daunting. I don't want to do that. It looks terrible. It looks painful to go through. When you break the elephant down and you basically butcherize it. I'm not going to go deep into butchering an elephant, but when in the month of January you say, okay, I'm going to eat the ear, then the next month you're like, okay, I'm going to start eating the trunk in February. Then the next month you're like, I'm going to eat the foot in March. Then April you're like, I'm going to eat the rump or whatever, etc., etc., etc. You'll see that by the time you get to December, you would have eaten a whole lot of that elephant. That is something that worked for me when I broke down every single one of my goals into smaller, actionable actions. Then it was so much easier to accomplish them. So much easier. An example was, I had an overall health and wellness goal for 2024. I wanted to improve my physical health through exercise because I was starting to develop some very weird symptoms of some things. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm too young to be I'm too young to be developing these weird freaking symptoms. So I started to put my body to work. And I follow a fitness coach that I love so much. Her name is Growth Jo. She's also on YouTube. And download her Growth Jo app. Download that too. I love Growth Jo. And what I love about her, specifically, when it came to my personal fitness goals, she was saying that, look, as long as you put in the intentional exercise work in your day, that is going to be enough. When I started a weight loss journey a couple of years ago, you'll see I have a Chloe Ting video there. When I dove headfirst into Chloe Ting, I did not stick very long with Chloe Ting. And let me tell you why. Not because she's a bad fitness creator or anything, no, but because I overwhelmed myself. After that workout, my brain was like, I know you do not want to do that again. Hell no, we're going to be doing that again. My brain was like, hell no. My body might have been like, okay, let's do this, but the brain was like, no, absolutely not. And that's why I basically fell off then with these other exercises where I'm committing, I started committing 5 minutes, then I moved it up to 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, then 20 minutes, then 30 minutes plus weights, then a 30-minute workout plus Pilates, then a 15-minute workout plus weights, then a 30-minute workout plus this, then a 30-minute workout plus that. Like, that's how my fitness journey progressed throughout 2024. And even on days where it was challenging to do so, at the end of the day, I was like, you want to do this for you because you saw something that needed to change in your body. So you have to take these steps to change that. You can't just sleep on it. Take the step, go get your butt up and work, even if it's 5 minutes. And the other day I posted on, I think it was my Instagram or Threads, one of the two, one of those meta apps. I posted on one of my meta apps that, you know, I was done with the hopelessness, I was tired, I was done with the procrastination, I was done with like just, you know, hopeless hope is what I think is the term that I think I used with regards to my health journey. I took actionable steps, and the steps that I put in were to exercise 5 to 10 minutes, if like 5 to 10 minutes, progressing up to 30 to 45 minutes to an hour. And I had even noted at the bottom of the post that the weight loss that I experienced was not the main goal. It was just the byproduct. It was a byproduct of the overall wellness journey that I'm still on. It's not like I've quit, that I'm still on. There are so many other benefits that I was after due to exercising. I'm sorry, I'm scratching myself so much because I got scratched by a kitten. The weight loss was a byproduct, a welcome byproduct, but it was not the main thing. It was not the main reason why I started the journey. I started the journey because mentally, exercise makes me feel better mentally. And physically, I wanted to be strong in my body. I wanted to feel strong in my body. I wanted to have more flexibility. I really wanted my joints to feel nice and oiled, and, you know, like I wanted to be flex, you know, I wanted to be flexible. I wanted to be flexible. And that's what exercise does for you. The more that you do it, you're not as stiff. And that's what I accomplished in 2024. I have so much strength, so much flexibility. My mental health is way better than how it's been since 2021. Like, I feel leaps and bounds better, and I feel great. This is part of why progression of 5 to 10 minutes to 15 to 20, etc., that progression helped me and helped my body to be more receptive to the thought of exercising every day. Before, I used to be like, I have to put in 40 minutes. And when I thought of the 40 minutes, I'd be like, nah. When I thought of 40 minutes before I really stuck to it in 2024, I'd be like, nah. Hey, boy. I'd be like, nah, no. No. Like, it just felt so exhausting. Eating the elephant in small bits and pieces is what is definitely going to help you accomplish your goals. What I have to say to you, for you to accomplish your goals, for 2025, you have to create systems and habits and routines that work for you and not against you. Your goals are actually going to work against you because they're huge for your brain. Your brain is looking at them like, oh my gosh. And your brain is overwhelmed by what you're trying to accomplish in 2025. But by breaking it down slowly into digestible parts and brain edible parts, breaking it down into quarters, then into months, then into weeks, then into days, your brain is going to be like, okay. And the way that you break it down into days, it's simple. You basically create habits and routines. What do you mean you create habits and routines? Wake up 5 a.m., pray 1 hour, 6 a.m., shower, get dressed, go to work, put in the work for what you want to accomplish. In my case, it would be schooling. After schooling, exercise 30 minutes to an hour. After that, eat. After that, I don't know, something. Feed him. I don't know, whatever. I've already laid down my habit chart. I've got I created for myself a little bingo card of habits. And each time I accomplish something, I take it off or I stamp it or whatever. So that's basically all you do. You just create a routine, and from your routine, habits will form from there, and you will start to accomplish your goals bit by bit. With regards to goal accomplishment, moving slowly is better than not moving at all. In fact, when you're actually standing in the same spot for a long time, you're actually regressing because everything else is moving forward, whereas you are you're just stuck there. So it's better to just move forward, even if it's slow. Progress is progress. I don't care what anybody says. Moving forward by an inch is better than not moving at all. Progress is progress. Okay? So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And by putting in the work every single day, it's gonna accumulate. It's gonna compound over time. Sorry, I'm an accountant. I'm an accounts person. I'm a finance person. So I always think about compounding interest and stuff. So as you put in the work every single day, it's gonna accumulate. It's gonna build onto something. It's gonna make you better ultimately. So do that. Then your brain will not be so overwhelmed by it. Your brain is not gonna be like, oh God. Your brain is gonna be like, oh, okay. Like, your brain will actually be receptive to what you're trying to do for the year, and it won't fight you as much. Okay? So put that into work and it will help you. So to conclude this video, what I want to just say to you guys is your goals are going to be big. Your brain is not going to like what you're basically telling it that you want to achieve this year. The best way to get your brain involved and get your mind to not fight you back on accomplishing your goals is by breaking your goals down into digestible brain matter for your brain. What I did, there's so many books that I read about this. There's so many great authors out there. There's, of course, the big one, Atomic Habits by James Clear. My favorite one has to be The Miracle Morning by Elrod. Then there is Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg, PhD. Tiny Habits? Yeah, I think it's Tiny Habits by I'm looking at the book right now. It's Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. Another good one is The 12-Week Year by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington. Lennington or Lemmington? It's either Lemmington or Lennington, but I think it's Lemmington. Those books really helped me to create systems for myself. So to conclude this video, my first ever 2025 video, to accomplish your goals for 2025, you've got to create systems and habits and routines to help you accomplish them. Thank you so much for watching the entirety of this video. I am so grateful for your viewership. Please, if you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Till next time.